Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Redskins. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Godden. As always, by my side is Charles Davis. So the final tune-up for the regular season, and probably not going to really see much starter action out here in this one, are we?
You're right. Not much in the way of starters, key veterans, key backups. But the guys who have to make the team, struggling for those few spots that are open, we'll see them the entire time. But you and I both know this as well. There will be a surprise cut or two from guys who didn't actually play in this game tonight thinking that they were safe.
Ooh, I get the ball first.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mariota now. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Oh,
and
stupid
that
defender.
is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep.
Just me.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Redskins' 34.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mariota to throw it. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 23-yard run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they start this game just like they want. Opening drive touchdown, a nice run there to finish it off.
Yeah, that's what we call an explosive run because of the distance. And being able to do that, that puts a little uncertainty in the minds of your opponent.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Redskins taking the field, led once again by a number 7. Of course, Joe Theismann's old number hadn't been used in 33 years, but Joe gave the okay to wear it to this man, their 1st-round pick, Dwayne Haskins. This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Domaton Peko, the one to get him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Punt return for a touchdown. Let's go.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Now Tucker to add the PAT.
He's good.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Well, it's no secret. That's why they haven't returned punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Tressway now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Watch out for Hill on the return.
Dang it.
Now after the punt.
What? When did he get injured? Shoulder tear. Ouch. When did you get injured?
On that play, we've got a man down on the field.
No.
Let's hope it's not anything that'll keep him out of the opener. We'll be right back.
This is my Raven, dang it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Airing one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Sure.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. The throw taken in by Sims. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Back to throw, Smith. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, Jackson.
Touchdown.
This is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Antonio Brown there to make the grab as the Ravens push further And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Tucker now for the extra point.
Kick is good.
And the lead is now 24.
24-0.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. From the 27, Smith. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try to put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try to put the football in.
Dang it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the second quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this...
He's got a man complete. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. Prime example there of how his height can be an advantage. It makes it tough on some of these smaller defensive backs.
When they try and go through that type of a receiver to get the football, oftentimes that big body, that frame will block them away. And whether the receiver has to elevate or extend, now he has a clear path to the football with the defender usually on his back.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Halftime.
So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. One more half of football to get through before we say goodbye to the 2019 preseason. All 32 teams in action tonight. Then everyone will be required to cut down to 53 by 4 Eastern on Saturday. And we get it all started 1 week from tonight. The Packers and Bears from Soldier Field.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Staying on the ground, it's Love. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Wormley coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them?
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, 54 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Tucker now to add the point after. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. 1 play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith completes it to Davis. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. It'll be Love to try and get the first. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready to...
And that's caught inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A very solid gain of 27.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run here with Edwards. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Redskins are getting stopped.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Smith. Going to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And finding Davis here, the tight end. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Redskin 1st down, the pickup 15 yards.
Into the 3rd quarter.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. On the draw, this is Love. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd and 11 now.
Good sack.
Smith, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser, his 2nd sack of the night. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. Out of the gun, Smith. And he's going to go down
sack again, boy.
Tyus Bowser bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Touchback.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field with this lead and the football. Things obviously looking good, but maybe, you know, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
Here's
love again. There's there.
Mine.
Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Nah, that's mine.
Seriously. Find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward to get what he can.
Smith now to throw.
Good sack.
There to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line.
Sack,
it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You got it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
Good.
Oh, she's at least
She's
on
computer
the
now.
15. Yeah, she left scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights.
These Redskins haven't been able to score
The quick
whatsoever.
strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Smith now to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Open man here, Sims complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Ravens. 52 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for the final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened.
Redskins are getting stomped.
Exactly.
59
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. This one caught by Davis. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling the
interception. Thank you.
He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked
Touchdown.
up at the 31. And he will score. Touchdown.
I could just throw an interception.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point.
The
game is finished, by the way, now in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals that wound up winning that one. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Smith. This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Here's Smith. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
It's over. I won 66-0.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.
I know.
And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.